Hello everyone. In the last session, we have discussed regarding the basic of accounting and type of accounts. So there is total 3 type of accounts: personal account, real account and nominal account. And the rule of personal account is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Rule of real account, debit but comes in, credit but goes out. And rule of nominal account, all expenses and losses are debit, all income and gains are credit. Now today I am going to discuss some of the advanced transaction or specific transaction under the financial accounting. So now the first transaction is bad debts. Now question is, what is bad debts? When the debtor is failed to pay the money, unable to pay the money due to any of the reason, due to bankruptcy, due to insolvency, then such amount is treated as bad debts. So now first question is, debtor कब बनता है? So we have discussed in last class credit purchase and credit sales. So whenever you purchase the goods on credit basis, then definitely after the some time you have to pay the money to the person, to the party, and the such person and such party is called creditors. And suppose you sold the goods on credit basis. So whenever you sold the goods on credit basis, then after the within the due date or on the certain date, you have received the money from the party. Then such party and such person is called debtor. Suppose you have sold the goods worth rupees 1 crore to Mr. X. And due to any of the reason, due to insolvency, due to the bankruptcy, debtor is failed to pay the money, either full money or either part of the money. So amount which is not recovered from the debtor is called bad debts. Then what will be the entry? Suppose in this example, you have sold the goods to Mr. A for rupees 1 crore. But due to the bankruptcy, Mr. A now is able to pay 60% part, not total 100%. Then remaining 40%, like 40 lakh rupees, is the bad debts. Is the bad debts. Now bad debts is the loss for business. Bad debts is the loss. A loss classified under the nominal account. And what are the rule of nominal account? All expenses, losses are debit. Out of 1 crore rupees, you receive only 60%, that means 60 lakh, and remaining 40 lakh is the bad debts. Then how much you receive? You receive 60 lakh. So definitely if the amount is huge, then definitely you will receive the amount in form of check, in form of bank. Or cash may also be possible if the amount is less amount. Then suppose if you receive a cash, so cash is the real account. And what is the rule of real account? Debit but comes in. Then how much cash coming into the business? 60 lakh. Or suppose you receive a check, so definitely you have to deposit the check into the bank. So bank is a personal account. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who is receiver? Bank is receiver. That's why either cash account debit or bank account debit. Now, out of the sales worth rupees 1 crore, you receive only 60 lakh out of 1 crore. So remaining 40 lakh is the bad debts. And bad debts is the loss for you, loss for the company. So losses is classified under the nominal account, and the rule of nominal account is all expenses losses are debit. That's why bad debts account debit. And two party account, two debtor account. Clear? So how much bad debts? 40 lakh. And the party name is Mr. A. Then how much credit? Rupees total 1 crore. Then what will be the entry? Cash account debit, bad debts account debit to party, and the party is Mr. A. Now, Ram is declared insolvent and receive from official receiver a first and final dividend of 60 paisa in the rupees on a debt of rupees 1000. Then how much total debt? 1000. Out of 1000, how much you will receive? 60 paisa in the rupees. That means 600 rupees out of 1000. That remaining 400 rupees is the bad debts. Now what will be the entry? Cash account debit, bad debts account debit. How much you receive the cash? 600. How much bad debts? 400. And to Mr. Ram, how much? Total is 1000. This is the entry regarding the bad debts. Now the next transaction is bad debts recovered. Suppose you have already recorded some of the amount as a bad debts in the books of account. Now after some time, after the year, now such person is able to pay the money. Now in the same example, suppose in the year 26 and 27 मिस्टर ए के पास कुछ पैसा आता है और मिस्टर ए बोलता है कि मैं आपको 10 लाख रुपीस दे देता हूं. So this is called bad debts recovered. At the time of passing the entry of the bad debts, you have removed the name of Mr. A from the books of account. But suppose in next year or any of the year, if you receive the money, which money? जिसको कि आपने बैड डेट्स मान लिया, तो बेटा क्या हुआ? ये आपको अनएक्सपेक्टेड इनकम हो गई. So whenever you receive the amount which you have already write off as a bad debts, so this is called bad debts recovered, and this is your income, and the income classified under the nominal account. And what are the rule of nominal account? Expenses debit or income credit. So wherever you receive the money, so entries cash account debit or bank account debit to bad debts recovered. Now the entries: receive a cash for a bad debts written off last year. We have a write-off 700 rupees in the last year. Now in this year, this was not expected, but आपको 700 rupees recover हो गया. So now what will be the entry? Cash account debit to bad debts recovered. back debts recovered. How much rupees? 700. Now the next entries. Goods given as charity. Goods given as charity. So whenever you purchase the goods, then you have passed the entry purchase account debit to cash or to bank or to party. Party means creditor. But suppose you have given as a charity out of the goods. आपके बेटा एक कॉलोनी में ग्रोसरी शॉप है और कॉलोनी में कोई भंडारा हो रहा है, कोई इस प्रकार का प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, तो आपसे कोई डोनेशन मांगने आया तो आपने कैश की जगह अपनी दुकान से जस्ट एग्जांपल 20 kg शुगर दे दी. आपकी ग्रोसरी शॉप है तो आपकी परचेज कम हो गया. जब परचेज करेंगे तो परचेज का बैलेंस बढ़ेगा और जब परचेज कम हो जाएगी तो परचेज का बैलेंस कम हो जाएगा. सो चैरिटी इज द एक्सपेंसेस फॉर द बिजनेस and all expenses are debit. So what will be the entry? Charity account debit to purchase. Now the next transaction is distribution of goods as free sample. You already know कुछ बिजनेसमैन बेटा कुछ आइटम फ्री में देते हैं एज ए सैंपल. And the purpose of free sample is called advertisement. And the advertisement is the expenditure for the business. And the expenditure classified under the nominal account. And the rule of nominal account is all expenses are debit. And you distribute the goods, not cash. So what will be the entry? Advertisement account debit to purchase. ठीक है. Now, goods worth rupees 200 given as charity. So here goods is a purchase and purchase is the real account and charity is the expenses for the business or expenses classified under the nominal account. What will be the entry? Charity is the expenses and all expenses and losses are debit. So what will be the entry? Charity account debit. How much? 2000. And to purchase 2000. Now the next entries. Goods worth rupees 3000 distributed as free sample. Again, first account involved is goods and goods means purchase. So purchase is the real account. And you have given the goods as free sample. So free sample means advertisement. And advertisement is the expenses for you. Which account? Is nominal account. What is the rule to record the transaction to passing the journal entry? First rule, identify the nature of the account. And after identification of nature of the account, now apply the rule and pass the journal entry. In this statement, two accounts involved. Number first real or number second is nominal. What is the rule of real account? Debit but comes in and credit but goes out. So whenever you gives the goods as a free sample, तो बेटा goods आपके यहाँ से जा रहा है, जो जा रहा है उसे क्रेडिट करना है. Now apply the rule of nominal account. All expenses, losses are debit. So advertisement is the expenses for business. So entry is advertisement account debit to purchase. How much? This is 3000. Now the next transaction under the same category, loss of goods by fire. Loss of goods by fire. Loss of goods, then first accounts involved is goods, and goods classified under the real account. And loss, so loss by fire, loss classified under the nominal account. Again we have to apply the same rule. All expenses losses are debit. So now the entry is loss by fire account, debit 10,000, and to purchase, how much? 10,000. And the same entry, goods given as free charity, goods distributed as free sample, and number third, goods lost by fire, lost by theft. Now the most important transaction, most important entry in the business, and this is definitely the regular feature in the business. Goods given as charity, loss by fire. This is not very regular nature of the entry, but the discount entry is very common entry. Now what is discount? For the business enhancement purpose, businessman or the business organization entity can give the discount to the customer. Now question is, what type of discount can be given to the customer? So under the accounting, there is two type of discount. Number first is a trade discount, or number second is a cash discount. Now question is, what is trade discount and what is cash discount? Whenever customer purchase the goods, whenever customer purchase the goods in a bulk or in a quantity over and above the certain level, so this is called trade discount. Whenever you purchase the goods over and above the certain quantity, in that case business can give the trade discount. For example, suppose if you purchase the goods up to 1000 units, up to 1000 units, so the rate is 100 rupees per unit. If you purchase the goods more than 1000 but up to 2000, so just example, there is a discount of 2% on the price. Then how much discount? 2 rupees. Now the rate will be 98. So this type of discount is trade discount. But under the financial accounting, we cannot record that transaction, or we will never record that transaction of trade discount in the books of account. This will directly adjusted from the purchase and sale. No record separately in the books, directly deducted from either purchase or sales. Clear? If the discount allowed on purchase, then we will subtract from the purchase, or whenever you receive the discount, trade discount on sales, then we will adjust on sale. Now the second discount is the cash discount. To encourage the prompt payment of cash, आपको जल्दी कैश मिल जाए, अगर आप उसको इनकरेज करने के लिए कोई डिस्काउंट देते हैं, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड कैश डिस्काउंट. So definitely we have to record the entry regarding the cash discount in the books of account. In case of trade discount, we never record the separate entry regarding the trade discount. We definitely consider or adjust trade discount either from sale or from purchase. But in case of cash discount, we will record the transaction regarding the cash discount. Clear? If business or the organization or the entity allow the discount, just example, आपने बेटा 1000 रुपीज की शर्ट परचेज किया, आपके जानने वाला शॉपकीपर है, आपने बोला कि सर पेमेंट मैं आपको 15 डेज बाद दूंगा, बट businessman gives the offer, if you make the payment today, so I will give the discount 50 rupees to you. So this is called cash discount. In that case, such 50 rupees is the expenses or loss for the business. Clear? So this is called discount allowed. Or whenever you receive the discount, so this is called discount received, this is called income. Now, how to pass the entry regarding the discount? The entries: purchase goods as the list price of rupees 25,000 from Mohan, less 20% trade discount and 2% cash discount, and paid by check only 40%. Purchased goods of the list price of rupees 25,000 from Mohan, less 20% trade discount and 2% cash discount, and paid by check only 40%. So now first we have to prepare the working note. Now the entry related to the purchase. How much list price? 25,000. And subtract trade discount. How much trade discount? So 20%. So 20% on 25,000. So remaining is 20,000. So this is the net purchase price. Now we record the transaction in the books of account, ठीक है ना, with the amount of rupees 20,000, not 25,000, because 25,000 is the value of purchase before trade discount. Now, less 2% cash discount and the payment by check only 40%. Now the 20,000 divided into two parts. Number first cash or bank, both are same, or number second is credit. How much total purchase price? 20,000. So out of 20,000, now the Mohan is agreed to pay 8,000 rupees in form of cash or bank. That means remaining 60% is credit. Now we will allow the cash discount at the rate 2% on only rupees 8,000. So this is 160, and remaining is the payment by check, that means bank. This is 7840. Payment through bank. Now first identify the transaction. Number first is a purchase, and the purchase is the real account. You have allowed the discount, so this is the expenses for business, so this is classified under the nominal account. Purchase goods from Mohan, so Mohan is a personal account, and bank is also the personal account. So whenever you purchase the goods, so goods is the real account, but will be the entry purchase account debit. How much? 20,000. This is the entry regarding the purchase, not sales. So this is discount. So discount receipt. You have purchased the goods for rupees 12,000. And how much you pay through bank? Only 7840. So bank is a personal account. But at the rule of personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who is giver? So bank is giver. You are liable to pay rupees 8,000, but you pay only rupees 7840. So now you have received the discount worth rupees 1,60,000. So now discount receipt is classified under the nominal account, and but under the rule of nominal account, all expenses or losses are debit, all income or gains are credits. Clear? Now the remaining 12,000, ठीक है ना, with the name of the Mohan account. So purchase account debit to bank, to discount receipt to Mohan. Now the next entry. Sold goods to Rakesh of the list price rupees 50,000. How much list price? 50,000. Less 20% trade discount. So 20% trade discount is 10,000. So 40,000 rupees is the net sale. And 2% cash discount and paid 50% by cash. Clear? So now cash and credit. How much cash? 50%. How much credit? 50%. So 50% of 20,000, 40,000 is 20,000 rupees. And this is also 20,000 rupees. Now cash discount 2%. 2% is 400. So remaining paid by check rupees 19,600. what will be the entry? Whenever you sell the goods is going out from your business. Goods is the real account. जो जा रहा है उसे क्रेडिट करना है, जो आ रहा है उसे डेबिट करना है. So how much you receive? Cash account debit. The cash receive is 19,600. Now you have allowed the discount to the customer. So this is your expenses. So all expenses, losses are debit. So discount allowed debit 400 rupees. Rakesh account debit 20,000 rupees. By Rakesh? Rakesh is a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. And who is receiver? Rakesh. And 2, sales. Sales is the real account. And but are the rule of real account, debit but comes in and credit but goes out. So this is the entry regarding the purchase and regarding the sales, ठीक है ना, along with both the discount, trade discount as well as cash discount. Now, most important, in every purchase, in every sale, the GST definitely will include in the invoice. Clear? Goods and services tax. What is GST? Goods and services tax. Clear? If the turnover of the businessman is exceeding rupees 40 lakh, or in case of service provider, the turnover exceeding rupees 20 lakh, then businessmen have to register under the GST compulsorily or mandatory. Or if you sold the goods from one state to another state, so without any threshold limit, 40 lakh or 20 lakh, now businessmen have to register under the GST. So बेटा आप लोग अब जब 1 साल बाद जॉब करने जा रहे हैं, so definitely आप कहां पर जॉब करेंगे? किसी बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, the limited company, private limited company and the big organization. So all the big organization is classified under the GST, covered under the GST. So every purchase entry and every sale entry, वहां पर आपको GST 100% देखने को मिलेगा. Clear? So whenever you purchase the goods, then definitely आपने उस पर GST पे किया होगा. And whenever you sold the goods, then you will collect the GST from customer. At the time of purchase, you will pay the GST, or at the time of sale, so now you will collect the GST from customer. Clear? So whenever you collect the GST from the customer, so this is your liability, and definitely such liability you have to pay to the account of government. Clear? Now question is, how much you have to pay? How much you have to pay? So for payment of GST, there is some formula. There is some method to calculate the payment of GST. This is called output GST. And minus input GST. So remaining is the GST liability. But it's GST, output GST. So this is GST on sales is the output GST, and GST on purchase is the input GST. Suppose you sold the goods worth rupees 1000 and pay GST at the rate 12%. So you collect the GST 120 rupees from the customer. So this is your output GST. But suppose you purchase such goods for rupees 800 and such goods you have sold worth rupees 1000. So at the time of purchase of goods, how much you have paid the GST? 96. So 120 minus 96, remaining 24 rupees is the GST liability. Now the entry GST at the time of purchase and GST at the time of sale. Whenever you purchase the GST, so entries purchase account debit, GST account debit to cash or to bank or to creditor. Or whenever you sell the goods, cash account debit, bank account debit or debtor account debit to sales or to GST. So now output GST minus input GST, remaining is the liability. So whenever you deposit the GST to the account of government, so now the entry is GST payable account debit to bank. So there is total 3 entry regarding the GST. GST at the time of purchase, GST at the time of sale, and GST deposit to the account of Government of India. Now the entries. Purchase goods from Raj rupees 40,000 less 20% trade discount and charge 5% GST. So what is the list price? 40,000 minus trade discount at the rate 20%. So this is 8,000. So remaining is the net purchase price. 32,000. So whenever you purchase the goods, so definitely you have paid the GST at the rate 5%. How much 5%? 1600 rupees. How much total value of purchase? This is 36,600. How much total pay? You pay through bank is rupees 36,500. So now what will be the entry? Purchase account debit. How much purchase? 32,000. GST account debit 1600 to bank. How much? 33,600. Okay. Now the GST on sales. Sold goods costing rupees 50,000 to Ashok at a profit 20% on sale. Whenever you goods sold, then you record the transaction on the sale price. Then how much cost? 50,000. Now include profit 20% is 60,000. Then how much total sale? 60,000. Less 20% trade discount minus trade discount 20%. How much 20%? 12,000. So remaining is the net sale price. This is 48,000 and charge 5% GST. How much GST? 2,400. how much you collect the amount from customer, then this is 50,400. What will be the entry? Bank account debit or cash account debit 50,400. To sales 48,000 and to GST 2,400. Clear? Now along with this, one more part is given. Paid cart is 200 rupees to be charged from customer. You are a shopkeeper. आपकी एसी की शॉप है, आपने बोला मैं घर में डिलीवरी करा दूंगा, टोटल 50,400 आपने पे करना पड़ेगा फॉर द एसी। उसने कहा जी घर जाने के 200 रुपये और लगेंगे, तो उसने आपको 200 रुपये कैश में दे दिया अलग से। इस पैसे का बेटा आपसे कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। कस्टमर से आया, आपने डायरेक्ट किसको पकड़ा दिया? आपने डायरेक्ट उस ठेली वाले को, रिक्शे वाले को पकड़ा दिया, तो इसका आपका कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। बट सपोज you also collect 400 rupees, 200 rupees as a cartage from customer. In that case, you have to add 200 rupees the cartage amount on the sale value. And again, you have to add GST on it if you collect the cartage amount from customer also. Then you have to show such cartage in your invoice, in your bill. But if you collect the cartage amount and directly pay to the customer, pay to the rickshaw wala, theli wala or the gaadi wala, then no need to record the transaction. So this is the last and major entry in the books of account. Some of the other basic transaction, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, depreciation, we have discussed in the last class also. What is outstanding? Outstanding means amount due but not paid. Expenses due but not paid. Prepaid means expenses paid in advance. What will be the entry? Expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. What is the entry of prepaid? So prepaid expenses account debit to prepaid. Now the next terminology is depreciation. Now first question is, what is depreciation? So reduction in the value of asset due to use, this is called depreciation. आज बेटा आपने 10 लाख रुपए की कार परचेज की, नेक्स्ट ईयर में वो कार 10 लाख रुपए की नहीं होगी, वो कार आपकी 8 लाख रुपए 9 लाख रुपए की होगी, तो जो कार की वैल्यू कम हो गई, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड डेप्रिसिएशन. सो डेप्रिसिएशन इज द एक्सपेंसेस लॉसेस फॉर द बिजनेस एंड क्लासिफाइड अंडर द नॉमिनल अकाउंट. एंड व्हाट इज द रूल ऑफ नॉमिनल अकाउंट? Expenses or losses are debit. So what will be the entry? So now depreciation account debit to assets. Depreciation account debit to assets. So we have discussed all type of major entry in this class. So now we will discuss in the next session how to prepare balance sheet for the company.